And let's begin with our prayer. Father, Mother God, our I am presence, we ask for your infinite light of protection to be in, with, and around us and through this building as we gather here for a time of healing, learning, and sharing. And we ask that we may manifest our highest and best. We give thanks. Amen. Today, our discussion is on the law of subjective attention. When we talk about subjective attention, it would be a good idea that when we're thinking about what subjective attention is when we sit and relax, and then when we are in our subjective mind, one has only to give concentrated inner attention to a person, place, or condition, and relevant thought impressions are gained immediately. The inner mind seems to be attuned with all knowledge of the universe. All space and time are within its potential grasp. By careful inward attention, we bring into focus the knowledge that we need. And this is one of the laws that we use when we do our work on our psychic development and give messages to people. And one of the things that is important is we ask, when we're getting into this subjective state, we ask the person that we are giving a message to if we may come to them. And that is a reason why it's important that we ask permission, because by them saying yes, then we are allowed to gain access into the person's, what he is about or what he may be thinking and how we can help him psychically. And that's what's important about our subjective mind, because it is the focused rays of our inner mind with its extraordinary penetration that allows us to tap into the time or space and allows us to be able to move in and through with them at will. And this is the basis of our psychic awareness, where that person has been and what that person is like. Subjective mind functions inductively, and inductively means to be adding to. And inductively could mean sort of like when we're planting a garden, and if you're planting a corn, you're going to place your corn in the soil, and automatically that you will get corn. And the corn will go through all of its stages to be able to become that corn. So induction again is adding or planting something into your mind or asking for that. And then what comes out, the effect will be the stalk of corn. So the effect is the deductive part of our mind. Deductively is to take away, which is reason or reaching a conclusion by mental deduction. Conclusion follows necessarily from the premises. The effect is the outer. So again, planting is the induction, and what you get as a result is the deduction. God is in all living beings. We are living beings, and therefore God is within us. Inner mind is controlled by suggestions and whatever law or a controlling premise it accepts. It sets to work to accomplish with devastating power. It can build or destroy depending on that controlling idea which governs it. It can be controlled by our own thoughts, suggestions of other people, spirit influence, or sometimes a combination of all. Subconscious mind coordinates and directs all vital life function of the body. All forms of psychic and mental healings depend upon this truth. That's why I believe it is very important that we pay attention to our thoughts, suggestions of other people, and again, pay attention to our people, places, and things that we are around, our environment. Again, thought is very important. Do you have any questions or?
There, can you hear us?
I can hear you. My apologies, I'm a few minutes late. I was just getting off another call. Nice to see you.
Can you
Good to
hear us?
see you. Can you hear us?
Oh, yes. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, real good.
Oh, someone else is coming. Kim. Someone else is coming. I guess we'll be talking a little bit more about this. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Welcome. We've been talking about the law of subjective attention and the importance of what our thoughts or suggestions of other people or spirit influence are people, places, and things within us that can affect us, because the law of subjective attention is a very powerful law that can help us at all times. So I was trying to find out if anyone has any questions.
So when you want to know something that happened 300 or 400 years ago, if I say the date and the place, I will get things immediately.
Yes,
Okay.
you would. Yes, you would.
And now I have to understand what it is, but I don't understand it because it's intuition. So you got to learn how to read what you don't understand.
That's correct. And that's where intuition is so important,
Mhm.
because actually our mind is so powerful and our intuition leads us and helps us with that.
And then actually, when you're giving a reading or you're giving a message, that's the law that's involved with it.
That's correct. That's correct.
You know, we've been taught the opposite,
Yeah,
you know, or, you know, we went to school, we did all these things, you know, how amazing it would be if we all knew from the beginning,
yeah, I
just to go
imagine.
within,
Yeah,
you know.
and that is so interesting because that's how we were taught to always look outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
And to finally see that we just need to go inside of ourselves and take that time to really spend with ourselves, to know that.
And my spirit teacher, Dr. Beck, said they have not built a rocket thing or a spaceship that goes to the end of you.
That's right. That's right.
And that's each person.
Yep,
Yeah,
we have a whole universe with us.
Just logic in the way of that process. Most of the time, people not trusting their intuition, you know, that everybody has this ability.
could you imagine the changes or how we could all be so different if we could even just begin teaching that we have that?
Yeah.
And to begin from such a young age where,
Well, if you think about it, like, you know, the people that played music at really young age and just picked it up, you know, or sang, you know, had these amazing talents, and people thought, oh, this is amazing, but they're just like so and so.
right?
What if they were?
Yeah,
You know, they were something to know it in that sense, and they trusted it. And did
Right.
it.
You know, another way of understanding subjective attention, you know, it would be very wise when you think of someone's name, you know, is to make sure it's real pleasant. Because once you say that person's name or think it, you're getting information from that person, but also they are too.
Yeah.
And when you think of someone, all of a sudden, it could very well be that they're thinking of you too.
That's interesting that you say that, because when I told David, when I meet people, you know, they'll say, oh, you know, this is Rev Ernestina. And I, you know, say hi and everything, but I'm in that zone with you, with energy, because I heard the name and everything, and I forget the name, but I'm in with you, like in with your energy of who you are.
right.
And then I'll say to David, what was that person's name?
Because you never even really thought about it because you were just there with that energy.
I was right there with them, you know, like as soon as the name was said, then it was just like the exchange of who the person is, you know, and I forget the name.
And that's a very good example of a subjective attention.
Mm, mm.
Hmm.
And I feel sometimes that they are people from the past,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like I've known that, like we've all done this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I've known you, like,
That deja vu feeling. Yeah.
there was one time that I met this woman and it's happened to me a couple of times, but this one particular time, this woman shows up and I show up at the same time. And we looked at each other and we were like, oh my, and we were so happy to see each other. And I could not figure this out. And I was younger.
Mhm.
And she said, oh my goodness, it's so good to see you. And I said, you too, but I just don't know how. Like, how do I know you? She says, I don't know, but I don't care. Come here. She said, it's just really great to see you. I'm just, you know, we're revisiting.
Yeah.
Those happen sometimes.
Yes,
you know?
they do. And even just the thing about the names made me wonder about when the babies are born and how do we really somehow figure out or decide which name we
Yeah.
decide to give them? Because at the time, it just seems to be that's it, that's it. Later on, somebody might ask, well, why did you get, well, I have no idea why, you know, or whatever.
As you mentioned that, you know, when I was born, my brother was born before me. And the only name they had picked out was Daniel,
One child.
one child. And then when I was born, they had one name, David J. Miller. But my brother had come out and looked like my grandfather, so they decided to call him Daniel Fred after my grandfather, and I got David J. And what a difference a name makes in your astrology and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Because we were day and night. I was born about an hour and 10 minutes after he was.
Wow.
And of course, I was upside down and backwards when I was
Yes.
born, so everything's been upside down and backwards since.
Oh my gosh.
This is mom.
Because I always thought twins came out very close to each other and
That's
then,
what I told them.
oh my.
I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I guess I'm the exception of the rule.
Yes, that's right. That's why, as you say, it's upside, you're upside down and backward.
But I was, they had to go get biceps and turn me around.
You didn't want to come out. We're like, no, I'm good over here. I'll stay in here.
Yeah.
Let me cook a little more. Wow.
That is fascinating how things happen and how things come about. And the name stuff is,
Name, the birth date. I mean, all that stuff has meaning behind all of it too, you know? Interesting.
So
So-
Blair, we want to welcome to the class, and one who did it was Rev Ernestina, and she's gone through the program here a couple times, and she was ordained to the chapel. And over there is Reverend Angie Rakers, and she's an associate pastor, and I'm the senior pastor that Alexandra talked to you about and everything. So we want to welcome you to the class, and the reason you were a little bit late was my fault, because I trained these people to start on time.
That's a good thing. Yeah, it's very nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
and now before we go on to our meditation, we will do our love offering. Father, Mother God, as we hold our love offering between our hands, we give back to the source that which you have placed into our hands. We give to support the work of this chapel, and when we do, we put into effect the law of tenfold return to those who give freely and from the heart. Amen.
Amen. And how did you
Oh, and people on Zoom can donate to United Fellowship Chapel via Zoom.
.org.
Oh, .org, UnitedFellowshipChapel.org. And we thank you. So we'll get ready for our meditation now. See if I can do this. I believe that's correct. So it is now time to become quiet making yourself comfortable in your seat. Concentrate on your breath. And as you breathe in through your nostrils, that which sustains you, as this breath moves gently in and around and through your body, it relaxes every part of your body. Just relax. As you take a deep breath in, hold it for a few seconds, feeling the warm energy of your breath coming into any part of your body that is tense or tight, and releasing that discomfort with the exhale. As you take another slow, deep breath, you release all your thoughts, leaving your mind completely free. Just relax. Listen now to the rhythm of your heart beating inside of you, steady and calm. As you listen to your heartbeat, you breathe in and out, matching that rhythm. Just relax. Imagine now a path in front of you. And as you walk this path, you feel more and more relaxed and open, noticing all that is around you, the trees, the flowers, the birds that are singing. You know this path will lead you to a magical place, a place where healing can take place. As you follow this path all the way up a mountaintop, you can see forever all around you. The magnificence of this special place brings excitement throughout your being. Nestled within the mountain is a temple where healing takes place. And as you walk up the steps of this temple, you begin to sense or feel the feminine presence of someone coming closer to you. This beautiful, peaceful being is there to show you this temple. Her look, as she gazes into your eyes, is a look of compassion, of love, of complete tenderness. You feel completely safe and protected. She is there to be with you, to love you, and to show you how to activate your healing energy within you. She motions to you to follow her up the steps and into the temple. As you look around, you notice everything that is around you, the floors, the walls, the doorways. But first, there is a special place she wants to show you. As you follow, you come upon the most beautiful pool of light. It illuminates the room. A fountain in the center activates the flow of this divine light. You are in awe as you look at your image reflecting in the pool of light. You see yourself with a kindness and love beyond anything you have ever felt. As you are standing next to this pool of light, you are given a beautiful gold goblet with which to drink the water from this pool of light. You bend down and you dip this goblet into the pool of pure white light, bringing it up to your lips, anxious to feel its energy throughout your body. You drink this radiant water, feeling it as it touches every cell of your being, sending its healing energy throughout your body. A wave of well-being is washed over you, as if a new energy had begun flowing through your veins. Extremely grateful and humble for this wonderful experience, knowing that you have accomplished important healing work. I am going to leave you now for a few minutes next to this pool of light, allowing you time to receive and to fully enjoy this experience. It is time now to come back, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard. Back to the steps, back to the path leading down the mountain, knowing this place is always there for you to come to anytime you want. Just by closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and desiring to be there. As you come back, you start to be aware of your body and the room around you, feeling very refreshed and alert. And when you're completely back, open your eyes. Okay, now is the time of sharing so that we can share some information about our meditation. Reverend Angie, would you share with me first?
No,
Not really, but I was like.
I'll be last. It was a really nice relaxing meditation. But I also went into all the times that I have been in subjective attention and didn't even know it. And I was shown every time I met a person, anytime I held their hand, you know, their energy with when you hold someone, when you shake someone's hand. I always knew, you know, what they were like. I knew right away. And so that really helped me though to justify being around them, you know, and or not wanting to be there anymore, you know, one or the other. And just meeting people, meeting so, you know, I kept seeing all these faces of all the people that I've met in my life, and those feelings I had when, you know, I was receiving that information, automatic. And even when I was a child, I was like, wow, it was just like this pattern of different stages in my life who I've met.
Isn't that amazing though, that now that you know, that we've learned all of this,
Yeah,
to go back and now understand it all a lot clearer?
yeah. And you know, when they say like, oh, I'm an empath, it's like, well, you really think of it, you know, we are all at some level energetically connected and know what someone is feeling, thinking, who they are, whatever it is, but just being aware.
Right.
Just being subjective. That's what I got.
Oh, thank you. Reverend David?
You know, there's a couple of experiences I've had in my past when I went to places where I experienced peace, you know, and that ignited peace within me, so I wanted to go to the cause of that peace. And I got the Pacific Ocean, and when the American Indians were coming to this continent from 25,000 years ago, I was in their presence. But that also told me I was one of them king. So that's what I experienced. And y'all will get more of it later on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the agent.
Yeah, that's right. Since we're getting ready for that. So, Kim Rezick? Kim? Yes, no. Blair?
So to be completely honest and transparent, I was a little distracted. I normally am not sitting in my office, my home office, when I meditate. And so I found, I don't know, I think that, and then coming off of my regular workday, I just wasn't in the same mindset that I typically am. So there's probably something to be learned from that. And then also I turned off my video because it was a little bit, I don't know, it was just different, you know, like I typically am meditating when I'm solitary and just myself. And so it's, I don't know, it was a different experience.
Yeah, something new and different.
I call that going beyond.
Going beyond.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's our class next week?
Auras.
Or, and is it you that's teaching the first class?
Yeah, so what, so we have a 3-part.
Yeah, it's on. We have for the auras, we have 3 classes, and I'll be the first one to present auras. And then it goes on to Reverend David and then Reverend Ernestina after that. So we'll all rotate. And so the beginning parts will just, we'll be discussing all of them. And we get right into it on the second one. And you start seeing auras, feeling auras, or hearing or sensing or whatever it is that we do. And it'll be really nice. So we'll do that for 3 weeks.
Very cool.
Yeah. Might check with Kim again real quick and see if she's
Kim?
back. Kim, would you like to share? No.
And she stepped away.
Maybe so. Okay.
Okay, so before we leave, it's time for prayer. Father, Mother God, our I am presence. We give thanks for this day and are grateful for this time of sharing. As we ready ourselves for our path, we ask for your infinite light of protection to be in, with, through, and around us at all times, so that when we meet others on our path, we too may share with them your abundance. We are so grateful for this day. Thank you. Amen.
Amen.
So thank you all very much for sharing your time with us and being here this evening, afternoon. And we would love to see you again. Next week again, we're doing the auras. And have a pleasant evening.
Blair, you got any questions or comments?
I'm just taking it all in, so not yet, but I did go to your website. I might email you, David, because I couldn't find where to donate. But yeah, I'm sure things will come up and I'll probably just email you, but not right now.
So where the donate button is actually, you know, where the links were, like to get to the class. Just
Yeah.
look right above that. And
Oh,
see that? There's
okay.
a button right there.
Is
Right
this
underneath the picture,
or it's above the picture?
below the picture.
Oh, below the picture. Okay, let me look. All right. I only see. Here, I can actually share my screen with you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think the host has disabled the screen share.
And also there's a, we'll take you off. There we go. You can share the screen there. We also have a tab up there on the far right where there's a, oh, okay. So what you'll do is you'll go to the home page
Okay.
and see right there where it says more on the far right also.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Got it.
Yeah, there's that one. And then there's on that homepage, there was a, so there's a donut button right there. But on the homepage, see where it says about us down there in the green?
Yes.
Go down a little bit more, right there, class donation and love offering right there.
Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. There we go.
I love technology.
So do I. All right. It was great having you.
Thank you. So nice meeting
I have an open house on Thursdays from 11 to 5.
you. Okay.
You got anything you want?